blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Oh man, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Louisiana Lyricist Lounge. I am your host, Paul Cram the Poet, aka the Drip of all trades. You know how I go. My beautiful, lovely co-host Imuna J shall be in shortly. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, allow me to introduce an artist that he's not just a poet. This man does it all. This man's an actor, hip hop artist, poet, spoken word artist, petty, like just all around, just positive dude, great ball of energy, and most importantly, someone I can call my brother. When I first heard this man spit, it was at back in my hometown, Rhythm Alexandria, Rhythm and Rhymes, and he just had this way of commanding your attention just by his presence. So then when you looking and all of a sudden he get to spitting and it's like, here we go. So without further ado, man, let me please welcome y'all my brother, MoonSun, aka Stanza.
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I also appreciate you holding space for me here, to speak and all. It's about that time though, too. And
it's been too long.
It's been too long though. I appreciate the flowers though too as well though. And it's great to see you in your space doing what you do and expanding that space though too though. So I'm very happy to be a part of that though too, and honored and humble. So thank you though. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. So let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of things. So I know you as Stanza, and I used to tell people all the time that's one of the dopest names I've ever heard for a poet. As soon as I realized Stanza, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was just telling a very, very special friend of mine about you. We was joking about names of things, and I brought it up and stuff. So when you decided to change the name MoonSun, explain what the name means and where did the change come from?
You just explained it to it. Stanza being a line of poetry, a line of words that rhyme together, a stanza. So I made it a first and a last name too as well. But the MoonSun is more based off my spiritual journey, that which in turn has also influenced. I wouldn't say so much as influence because the spirit is in you when you're walking in your knowing and in your purpose. Those type of things do take a place on the things that you do, whether it's creatively or anything else, job-wise, career-wise. And so for MoonSun, for me, I'm a Leo, all right? So I already governed by the sun as is. My moon is a Taurus, though. You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, though, there's a MoonSun. And it's a little bit deeper than that, though, but however, though, that's some divine mantra talk. And it's also one of those things where I gotta kind of keep it myself though, on that aspect though. But however, though, with this latest project that I'm working on though, I will be speaking more onto where the name originates from to where it comes from. But definitely some real divine mantra talk, MoonSun is who I am, the great MoonSun. You feel?
The great MoonSun, my
the
dude.
Great MoonSun, you did. Yes, sir.
So you say you're working on a project. Tell us more about this project and where can they find some of this? Like, where can they purchase this?
Well, the project is under wraps right now, though. So I haven't streamed anything. I'm currently on a new project building. it's a different space for me as an artist though too, because once again, as you mentioned in the intro though, I'm a poet. I also spit, I do music too as well. And in both of those circles, I don't see a difference in between the circles of where we have poetry, then you have your MCs. You both are poets in your MCs, but both using poetry. One is in more of a motion with a melodic motion, or one is more, depending on where it's at, if it's slam, if it's haikus, if it's free writing, things of this nature, though. So there's different structures versus you doing a 3/16 and a hook or a bridge or something another though too though. But all of it entails in you being able to be emotive and use your words to express how you're feeling though too, because words are a vibration. And so for this right here though, what I'm working on is on projecting the frequency that I keep for myself, And so, with that being said though, I know it'll be received because once again though, the people that we come across, people that we meet, and I believe are meant to be within our space, and they're also reflections of ourselves as well though too though. So how can I not be received and reflected if I'm reflecting my true self? Right. I think that with this project here, it's a little more personal than the things that I probably put out before previously. In my previous works, I think my works before showed a lot of skill, a lot of technical skill, a lot of delivery, a lot of different things. But this is more so more of who I am, name changes aside and everything, but who I am from the soul, from the soul.
So what would you say is your biggest inspiration when it comes to your work? Like whether it's painting, I forgot to let y'all know he paint too, and get at him because the dude is
wet paint for sale. You heard me? Wet paint for sale. Okay. Yes, sir. Motivation as far as like just creating or what?
Yeah, as far as just being a creative. Like, where do you find your greatest inspiration?
It differs because depending on the medium, like say for instance, like depending on whether or not I'm doing music, it could be based off a mood that I'm in, or a headspace that I'm in. It could be based off of the vibration and frequency of what it is that I'm hearing that allow me to pull out these different aspects. Because I believe as an artist too, it's very easy to get caught up into what you think people might want to hear versus what you think that feels good to you, And sometimes finding the depending on what your aim is, because you're looking for commercial assets, I feel like those are one of the things that you might want to look for. What feels good to you, but also too, what is also acceptable. But for myself, I stay away from those type of things as far as being inspired, because more so about a mood. Anything I've ever done has always come from a place of where it came from somewhere, and sometimes I don't even know where it comes from. That's where it comes from. It comes from a real place from within, but it's not a predetermined or premeditated thing that I've thought about though too. I'm not methodical in my writing or my creating as far as that goes in that aspect. I tend to go off of what mood or what space that I'm at, and also what vibration, whether it's live music or whether it's a track that's been created by a producer. When it comes to poetry, it's always the mood as well though too. I write. Some people say like, oh, I shouldn't write. I don't have to write. I can freestyle, or I can get on there and spit a free verse and all that, and that's great. I write. You know what I'm saying? I know, man, people who are really good. I know people who freestyles are better than other people's written.
And I've seen those people.
Huh?
I know those type of people.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like they're like, they're fucking aliens. You know what I'm saying? They're fucking aliens. But for me, the shit that I rock with though is it's stacking. You know what I'm saying? So when I have my line or I have a thought that comes across though, I build off of that thought. And I might come back to it and I build. So it's almost like a stepping stair, like a suicide drill when it comes to making songs or creating content in that space. If I'm painting, It's just more so I had to be in the mood because I'm using my hands. You know, if I'm drawing, using my hands. So I have to be in a space where I can have time because now I'm using tools that are needed with outside of myself to create this piece of art. You know what I mean? Because it's all art at the end of the day. And using the other, depending on what medium. So if it's paint, you know, I have to, there's certain types of ways that I might have to stroke to have to put across my my paint across the canvas and things of that nature. So inspiration is really just drawn off of what I feel. You know, I stay true to myself regardless of where it is that I'm at or what it is that I'm doing at every moment. And when I don't feel like that, though, that's when I don't create. You know, that's when I process and I tap in. And even in that space, I'm creating still too, because I am filtering the things that I need to filter in order for me to get the things out and I'm creating a new version of myself, which has a new version to express and a new version to show, you know, and to give as well though too. I think that when it comes down to inspiration though too, like there are artists that I do look at and be like, oh man, they're great artists. I recognize great talent. You know what I mean? You're one of them. You know what I'm saying? You know, the stage presence, the way you push things together though, you know, you have it right. There are other artists I know that I see that I come across that I'm like, yo, I need to be better at this. I should be better at this. Ooh, I like the way they did this. I like how they said that though, you know. It's that type of thing, you know. For me, for inspiration, it's more so about the creative energy, you know. It's finding things. There are things that make me like, I need to get on my shit, or you know what, I like this dope. I need to get on my shit. So iron sharpens iron. I think for me, it's not so much creative inspiration, as much so it's about being in the flow of creativity. You know, I recently talked with a friend of mine. He's in a band. And he's been in the band for a long time. So I asked him, I said, what does it feel like to be in a band? Everybody's playing and everybody just starts flowing. You know, the next thing you know, y'all all rocking out without saying a word. You're just looking at each other playing and you got a piece, you know, that just came out from thin air. You know what I mean? And he's like, it's like catching a lightning bolt. And it's like, man, sometimes, you know, you just have to catch that lightning bolt and hold on to it. And so for me, ever since I heard that shit, I was like, man, I manifest my lightning bolt. I think about my lightning bolt above my head. I picture the color of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I think about where I'm holding on to. And at first it started where I got to picture the lightning bolt first. That, all right. But then I got my lightning bolt. And the next thing I have to do is hold on to that motherfucker though. But why am I holding on for dear life when I was able to grab and manifest this lightning bolt? And why am I worried about where it's going?
All right.
It's a lightning bolt. You feel what I'm saying?
So strike.
yeah. So sometimes you gotta let go of thinking of all this other shit about what it is that we're trying to create and trying to keep up and posting. You know, this. That is a part of the game though too as well. But for me, it's like I want shit to be organic. You know, I say going back into thinking about whether or not we have inspiration. There are people that I've taken notice of that have won based off their authenticity. You know, like Outkast. My nigga ran out there with shoulder pads on and got Grammys and everything. Shoulder pads and furry big pants. And still recognized as a GOAT to this day. So I'm like, you know what I mean? If that work, when you're your true self, when you're walking in your true self, when you're walking in with your authenticity, when you're walking with your true self, you can't help but win. But that frequency is the highest frequency you can have anywhere. There's only one of you. There's only one of you. You know, and on that, you know, we could choose to be and become, you know, what it is we're supposed to be if we decide to ask for it. You know, if we decide to ask for it.
What advice, like, especially where we from in Alexandria? Okay, so yeah. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. You know, we came up in a poetry community at the time where it was a lot of gatekeeping.
A lot of gatekeeping.
A lot of gatekeeping. But you know, the collective that we were a part of, man, I would never forget it. Mosaic Dialect.
Yeah, and Poetic Expressions. Shout out to everybody that was in the fucking group. From Bruce Letter, yo Hood Oracle, to Lucille Simon, Love Only Child, to Paul Cram, you heard me, to Michelle,
Earth Eagle.
Earth Eagle. You know what I mean? Icon. There's a lot of different people that we had across the Yoga Bay. too.
Yoga Bay, aka Damn Bay.
Damn Bay, that's right. And a special shout out to her too, Larry Quinney as well too. Can't forget Larry Quinney as well. You know,
Poet extraordinaire.
Poet extraordinaire. Poet extraordinaire. You feel me? Yeah, we had a lot of heavy hitters though. We really did though. And I say that though because you know, even with going back to you know, Yoga Bay, you know, before Mosaic dialect and poetic expression was a thing or materialized, I used to go to her shows.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so you know, at that point in time, she was the one to keep things open for the art form in the city. There was no other place to go if you wanted to hear spoken word. There was no other place to go if you want to have open mics. He was bringing people in from other places and doing these things though too though. So going to those shows, I remember asking, I was like, you know, like what's it like? What it feel like? She's like, you know, and she told me what it was, and I held on to those type of things. So when it came to go to the Alexandria Museum of Art, you know, to do our annual show, you know, the Black History programs, and having class, Central Louisiana AIDS Support Service coming out and do free HIV testing during Black History Month, you know, during our sex ed, let's talk about sex event, you know, those are the things that also helped me along the way though too though. So for me, I was lucky enough to be able to not be seen by any gatekeepers and to be able to make a way in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, while I understand the gatekeeper is a thing though too as well, I don't believe that anybody can gatekeep me though, because I'm infinite. You can't stop a flow on something that's infinite. There ain't no overflow on something that's infinite. You just in the way, and you're just gonna get pushed to the side when you stand in front of something infinite anyway. So for me, because I'm gonna talk my shit tonight, you heard me? So for me,
that's what you're supposed to do.
Fucking right. So for me, I'm like, you know what? My experience was a little bit different because I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the city though, the biggest thing was kind of making sure that the art form is still alive and it's still viable, and then it also has fresh blood in it though too as well though too. Because all the names that I named previously are, I guess you could double back and say, are people who also kept me inspired too as well too, to be able to see these people on stages, to be able to hear them do their different deliveries and the way that they move and emote things and all these type of things though too as well, because it's not just like, oh man, people are getting up there and spitting poetry. You know, like, you know, the birds and the bees and the trees, it ain't just that though. You have people that's really going out there and they're giving you a story. They give you trauma that's been healed. Sometimes they give you trauma without the healing. You just got to deal with it though, because you might be able to resonate with it. We all been hurt before getting healed to that heal part. So, you know, giving you the love, giving you the joy, all these little different things while giving you the story in a way that like an actor would, giving you the story in a way that like a playwright would, giving the story in a way like a griot or orator would be, you know. In that aspect, it's a lot of big movement on there too, though, you know, and to do it without having a melody behind it, without having a bass line, without having an 808, without having a hi-hat, and keeping your attention for however long, those type of things, that is a talent and a skill that is often a lot of times overlooked, though, too. As for all the poets, I tell all the promoters on it too, fuck you, pay me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, though, guess what, though? This is the talent. So shit. Pay your poets for real though, because they're gonna fill your seats in. They're gonna make sure the people come in though. They do a lot. Poets do a lot though. It is an art form that is will always be around. When there's no more electronic music, guess what people are gonna have? They're gonna have this tonal vocalization, this tonal frequency that go to that heart chakra and let it fly out their mouth though. And you're gonna be going right back to the grits, I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Right back to the grits without the microphone. Without the microphone.
Brother, my boy.
I said, look, we're gonna talk that shit tonight though, for real. That's the only way we can do it. For real. That's the only way we can do it. Fuck that. We talking that shit tonight.
So since we talking shit, and you know me, you know, like Paul Cram is the petty poet. You know this. So I have a petty question to ask you. My dude,
we talking about poetry. You just send this to my PR shit, bro. What's going on? Shit.
So
what's up? Ask me whatever. It's all good.
in the essence of you talking your shit, you know, and being a person who I love watching you on stage, man, because you kill it every time. Like I remember one particular. I'm gonna bring this story up. I have to. I remember you was told, no names, I say no names, but you was told something about reading your poems in front of people instead of memorizing. And I remember the next week, I think it was the next week or the next month, whatever, Rhythm and Rhymes, you came with paper, bro. Like you came with like copy paper and you was spitting your piece, passing out the fucking paper. Like, and the piece was about, it don't matter if I'm reading off my, like it was like your whole thing about it was just like, damn. But then my petty, I kept looking at the individual that it was being shot at, you know. So since I know that that's in you like that, is there anybody you can think of that you would be like, you know what, I want to go one-on-one, head-to-head, mic to mic on the stage with?
Ooh. Okay, let me address the first part of that though too though. Cause for one, I'll take all the smoke. I ain't tripping though. Whatever smoke come my way, I'm gonna take it though. Cause I feel like in the sport of that though too. Once again though, I'm a poet though too, but I also have a love for hip hop. And one of those parts of hip hop for me is battle rap though too. So and the slam part for poetry though too, because they both coincide to me. You know what I'm saying? There's different rules for both of them, but it's still a competitiveness and also an iron sharpens iron type of deal. It's almost like, you know, watching fucking I don't know, like an anime or some shit. You ever seen Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
All right, but Goku's always want to fight for somebody who's fucking stronger than he is. He's always looking to whoop somebody's ass, so to fight somebody who's better than him. Not to beat on nobody, but to fight somebody who's better than him because he knows that's the only way he can get stronger. Mm-hmm. So in that aspect, I feel like when I come across somebody who's got like a bigger mic than me per se, I look for the opportunity to go against it though, because not only am I going to be able to learn though too, but also I'm going to be able to grow in that space though too as well. So for me, the competitive aspect is always to be able to expand my dimension of creativity and myself as an artist though too, and push my own boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really think about, I don't ever hear anybody say, I really want to go and smash on them. But there's always the thought in my head though that I will smash on you if you ask for it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in that aspect, like, I'll smash you ask for it though, for real. Cause like I'm not, what did Kanye say? You ain't gonna kill me on this motherfucking track. You know,
hey,
you ain't gonna kill me on this fucking track.
Hey, but he can spit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he can spit. Like, I don't have some respect for myself. You're not finna embarrass me on this bitch. You got me fucked up. Shit, I love this shit. So, you know, as far as the paper, right, it really wasn't a shot, more so a nod to the younger poets. And I say younger, the ones who had like really been on stage, like talking about. The ones who had, you know, they had poems at home, but they didn't have the throat chakra and the heart chakra to get out there on stage and say, hey, this is who I am, this is how I feel right now. You know, this is how I felt right then. And I think that for me, it just gave me a bad taste because people are coming to express themselves in a place, and it should be a safe place for people to express themselves when we come to these open mics, when we come to these headline places. People are sharing things with you, you know what I'm saying? So it should always be a creative and a safe place for people to be in that space and non-judgmental, whether you feel like they're trash or not, you know what I'm saying? Whether you feel like they're good or not. At the end of the day, though, you have to give people the respect for them to be able to share, because in this day and age when people are not their true selves and all that, to get on stage and share something that is true in front of a bunch of fucking strangers takes a lot of balls to me. So, you know, when I wrote that, I'm like, man, fuck that. You know, I didn't write it bar for bar, be like, yo, you know, whatever. I wrote it at first and I was like, that's what the idea was like, you know, I want to give a nod to the people who spit off their phones. You know what I'm saying? And the people who are coming up to these open mics and, you know, reading off their papers or out of their books, they keep locked up. Don't nobody else fucking see but them till they get ready to open it. And them pages don't see nothing but their own eyes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Those people right there. So to discourage that not only hurts the art form though too as well, you know, but it also could deter the poet and the artist. from being able to properly, let their own heart and throat chakra just flow the way it's supposed to go. So that was a petty shit in me though too, because I did it right after the person that said that did it. Cool, no face, no name. We ain't gonna say that because I don't want to say no name.
No name,
right,
but you did it right after she got off stage, and it was like off the floor, and it was. I ain't gonna lie, like I said, man, the petty in me, man, was so proud of you. Like the petty in me was like, I was like, oh man, somebody might try to take my spot as the petty president.
I was like, hey, I think about it. It was wild as fuck though, because I was like, now though I'm a little more reserved. I probably would have heard this shit, but like, I ain't gonna address it. You know what I'm saying? So much because I've been on my own path. But back then, I was like, nah. Because for one, this is something that we all had hand in. And I know I'm putting in a lot of time. And just making sure that we had that little bit of time to be out there and to make it a safe place for people. So for me, I'm a creator of safest places and safe places as well, though. You're not finna fuck that up by your ego. So, once again, it wasn't about that particular poet. But it did spark something inside for me to be like, you know what? Let me protect my safe place that I created. The safe space that I created, and also understand, guess what? We gatekeeping them guarding the gates on this shit because it's a safe place.
Safe space.
You know what I'm saying? Safe place.
So we getting ready to go ahead and hit this music real quick, man. I see you lighting up that stage. I'm so mad I ain't got no more. I gotta go get some more, bro.
Right?
Yeah. But tonight we have, let's see.
You got up.
All right. So tonight we have Jasa with Stone Cold Stunner. So everybody, please, let's take a listen.
A chili cheese dog with extra onions, French fries, tater tots, washed it down with 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, a shot of whiskey, a margarita, and a Bloody Mary. And I said, Stone Cold, why have one when you can have both?
I'm a stunner, Stone Cold Stunner. I'm a stunner, Stone Cold Stunner. I do what I say what I do, I show it all on my wall. I'm not here for play, I'm here for the stay. You can tell by the way that I talk. I'm a stunner, Stone Cold Stunner. I'm a stunner, Stone Cold Stunner. I do what I say what I do, I show it all on my walk. I'm not here for play, I'm here for the stay. You can tell by the way that I talk. I'm a Stone Cold Stunner. I got the moves to give you chills up in the summer. God-given abilities. I don't need a piece of lumber. Lake your slumber, hit like thunder. Have you looking around like Stevie? Wonder who pulled the rug from under. What make you think you pack going? Will leave you golden. Mr. Call the police. We got ourselves a runner. Look yourself in the mirror and feeling good like man, nah, bruh. How the hell you built, bruh? And standing tall like stills, bruh. The 90s you get killed, bruh. So many men without spine talking about real when they lie, snitching when they face with time. Shut your mouth, that's bottom line. I'm a stunner, Stone Cold Stunner. I'm a stunner, Stone Cold Stunner. I do what I say what I do, I show it all on my wall. I'm not here for play, I'm here for the stay. You can tell by the way that I talk. I'm a stunner, Stone Cold Stunner. I'm a stunner, Stone Cold Stunner. I do what I say what I do, I show it all on my walk. I'm not here for play, I'm here for the stay. You can tell by the way that I talk. People nowadays really sick with the poker face, acting like they're real until the law is in their face. They telling them everything. When cards were dealt, you should've do them. Man, you knew what you was getting in. Said use a man, now use a film. Cowboy weight up on ya, all rocked up like them boulders. If you didn't get names, it's over. You said going out with gun blazing, you ain't no fucking soldier. Nah, use a hoe, bruh. That shit you did with low, bruh. You should got pop soda, but you having a ball over. I swear this word is over. Got mine tumbling over. We glorify a hoe, bruh? Question mark. Now let's put that on poster. Just spitting facts, not roaster. Now put your head on shoulder. I'm a stunner, stone cold stunner. I'm a stunner, stone cold stunner. I do what I say what I do, I show it all on my wall. I'm not here for play, I'm here for the stay. You can tell by the way that I talk. I'm a stunner, stone cold stunner. I'm a stunner, stone cold stunner. I do what I say what I do, I show it all on my walk. I'm not here for play, I'm here for the stay. You can tell by the way that I talk.
All right, man. So if you are an independent artist, spoken word, a poet, singer, up and coming comedian that's looking for some type of exposure, you can go to Blast Music 247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. So if you are a fan of great music, you can also register as an unlimited fan at blastmusic247.com, and that's also free. So Blast, we're constantly changing the industry, one artist at a time. That was Jason with Stone Cold Stun. I ain't gonna lie, it was a little catchy, man. It was a little catchy.
I fuck with it.
I asked this question to all my guests, just because I like to ask this question. What stage that you feel like you just, before your creative career is over, what stage would you like to place your feet on?
I don't know the correct name of it, but it's this place. It's called like Red Rock Stadium or something or another. It's carved in a mountain. You know what I'm saying? And it's made out of red rock. The whole entire thing, like the seats, all of that shit. It's all one big ass rock that they go and they set up shop. And it's this cave, and it's like out in these mountains, and you go out there and perform in one spot. I saw it watching the Kevin Gates thing, and I was like, I want to fuck with that type of shit. So not only want to, let me not say that, I'm going to at some point in time.
Hey, that's dope. I've never heard of that.
Huh?
I've never even heard of that.
I'm about to send you the video for it though, because I never even heard about it. So I saw that shit. I said that thing moving on some different kind of time. And I was like, I fuck with that though too. Once again though, I guess they would doubling back to the beginning though. Inspiration, you feel me? It seems to be the thing right now. It's inspiration, you know. So hell yeah though. That's one though. I really don't think about it like that as far as like where it is that I want to perform versus is where it is. There are places that I see them like I want to go fuck with this. You know, like right now, you know, I'm Alexander, Louisiana, but I'm in the DWF area too, right? And so you know, there's places that I've got a chance to fuck with out here though too. That's viable poetry places though too. You know, the Black Canvases, the Pos Parks, and the Esco Spitfires and things of that nature. You know, and gratitude for all of those for holding space for me though too as well. But when it comes down to like going, it's about the energy. You know, for me, it's like if the energy is right though too, because you know what I mean? It's about the energy. You know, and even when it comes to linking up though too, you know, when it comes to linking up to networking and building things of that nature though, I can give a fuck how many fans somebody has and what their followers look like, or you know, if they got emotion, quote unquote. If the energy is not in line with mine, you know, I'm not fooling with it. So I like to go to places where I'm called to, where I know that it's gonna be tribe and it's energetic for me. I'm in that stage of my life, you know what I'm saying, as far as placement is concerned though too as well. You know, the idea is, you know, I already asked for it, so I don't have to push it, you know, I don't have to keep poking at it. It's gonna move where it's supposed to go on its own. You know, on its own.
Please excuse me. I promise you I can't pronounce your name. But I know her by a different name.
Oh.
And this artist right here, like I know her by a different name.
Okay.
I know her as Cocoa Butterfly.
Cocoa Butterfly, her.
And bro, when I say she's a different type of talent, like she's a different type of energy. So it was amazing to me how when you were speaking about energy and things like that, she popped up on the comments. That is like she's one of the ones that like would have no problems telling me, hey, Paul Crown, you need to do something different with that piece. Like she no issues with it. And like the piece of advice that she's given me that I still hold today poetically is that I need to become one with my piece.
Oh yeah.
And when she told me that, it was like a double entendre because I was a rowdy, rageful person, and like she said, she could feel that through my pieces. So it's like I had to become one with my inner peace to become one with my piece. So it was like, so I've been following that advice from her for a long. This is the 12th year. Like I was 30 when she told me this.
That's dope. That's
So
dope.
So I would love for y'all two to connect because that was just that wasn't no coincidence.
Nah, hell nah. Look, we moving on divine timing. You know what I'm saying? We moving on divine timing though. You know, piece of the gods, a piece of the goddesses though too though. And I see you, I shake. But we moving on divine timing, so everything is gonna move in alignment. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely gonna move in alignment, bro. So hell yeah. I'm gonna make sure I tap in though too as well too. I saw that too. You spoke on it. You know, you
Because
spoke on it.
like when I say like I know her, man, like she's dope. What's up, sis? April Cox, man, what's good, man? Much love. Thanks for coming through.
Right.
All right, bro. So another question that I like to ask my guests, man, especially because this is a show where people are artists. Is there any artist? Oh no, because it's you. The way you think, I gotta ask you the double. Is there an artist, past and present, that you would like to work with? Like, would have been like a dream collab for you?
Oh, a dream collab.
Any genre. It could be a poet, rapper, singer, whatever it is. You can paint a picture with them. Who would you like to have your dream collab with from the past and from the present?
Do I have to pick one of each? Can I be greedy? What's up?
Be greedy. Be greedy. Be
Fuck
greedy.
it, all right, let's see it. Oh man. You know what? Who like now I really would I would like to work with her. The artist her. That motherfucking woman is dope as hell. Not only is she a songwriter and a musician, multiple things, but everything she puts out slaps. But it resonates. It's in real time though too. As currently as right now, I would love to work with her. No pun intended.
As what? As a hip hop artist?
In any capacity, I just feel like I make some dope shit with her. In any capacity. I always used to say like, man, Nas, you know what I'm saying? Nas, I feel like it's one of the best hip hop artists of all time, and one of the best writers of all time too, though. You know, oh yeah, because I'm a Nas fan, like underground Nas fan, like the mixtape Nas fans, like the Blaze of 50 type joints and the Color Purple, that type thing. You know, Zombie. You know what I'm saying? All those things a lot of things that didn't make it onto the streaming services or to stores or whatever the case.
The mainstream.
Yeah, mainstream. You know what I mean? As far as past, well, it's hard to say. It's hard to say as far as past. Of course, all the greats, Biggie's, the Tupacs, all the greats. Lauryn Hill is definitely one who is still alive that I would love to watch. I had the biggest fucking crush on Lauryn Hill growing up.
Who didn't?
Straight up. I did, God.
The crush started Sister Act 2, bro. Like, that's when it started.
And for you, though, and don't be talking about my girl like that either, though, too, though. Right?
I'm gonna get real upset if you
don't
get
let them break us apart, man. Yo. Nah, man. Erykah Badu, though, too, though. I fuck with Erykah, too, though. Andre 3000. All the Goody Mob. A lot is anybody I listen to really though would be really a dream collab. I really don't have a dream collab right now though. And it's funny that you asked that though too, because right now I'm in the space of while I'm working on my own project, I am doing collabs. I'm in the space of taking collabs and doing collabs. And so I feel like that's good for me though too, because it gets to sharpen my knife though too as well. And also, it keeps me in a good creative space though too, outside of my own though too. Because sometimes you can feel like our shit is just, hot bread and butter though, and it might not be what you think it is though. You might need to learn a little more on whatever it is that you're doing. So once again, that goes back to that balancing aspect though too as well. Because even on a collaborative aspect, it's still like a little bit of a competition, but it should be in the aspect of whether or not that the product of what you're doing is going to be good. So for me, it has to feel energetically well though too. There are guys and women that I listen to on the R&B side, on the hip hop side, that I'm like, I love their music though, but I know that I wouldn't fit with them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so even with the amount of people that I do know who are artistically inclined though too as well though, I can't just put everybody on something that I have though, because it has to make sense. It has to feel organic. It has to feel organic. I understand that what we're placing out though is a part of people's diets. What you hear, what you see, what you take in. So whatever vibration I'm putting out, I have to be more conscientious of that now too, especially now. While I'm in my knowing of who I am. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What it is that I hold. So yeah, what about you though? What who would you do?
I'll be straight up. Like when it comes down to like, let's say just spoken word, I honestly would love to collab with Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah.
Like, that's my poetic dream collab. Like so.
Hey, Black Ice. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people probably not remember him. Malik Yosef. I would have loved to have done something with.
Hold on. You said Black Ice. Wait. You talk about Philadelphia Black Ice or Illinois Black Ice?
Black Ice is from Philly.
Okay.
Def Jam Poetry Black Ice.
Poetry Black Ice.
Yep, Philly. Who else, man? Malik Yosef, Black Ice, who's dope though. Big Rube from Outkast though too. He's a dope poet though too. He's a really slept on though. And that's the problem though too. Going back into when it's saying about the promoter saying, man, like fuck you, pay me. Because a lot comes into doing poetry though too. The idea is, and for me, the inspiration or more so the goal though too when it comes to doing poetry and doing shows though too is that while we're all fans of music, as poets, because I don't know a poet that don't listen to rap or don't listen to R&B, you know what I'm saying, or either or. There is a certain amount of commercial access that those genres have that poetry does not, and while there's very few of us that have grown up to hear any children say, like, oh, I want to be a poet when I grow up. That's cool to me. You know what I'm saying? What's cool is having the big ass chains, you know what I'm saying, and the watches and the 10 cars and all that other type of stuff and whatever lifestyle is going on with rap music at the time or whatever the mood of the face of the mood looks like, you know what I mean, commercial wise though too. So for me it's like getting that art form is saying that, hey though, we do need more poets. So because once again, as I was saying earlier though, one day this shit may all crash and all you're gonna have is you to reiterate and to emote with it how it is that you're coming from. The grits. We'll be telling stories, and then even with that, in that space, saying the kids though too though. I just recently took a job with Big Thought out in Dallas, and I'll be teaching kids poetry, the elementary schools, and also in the detention centers though too as well. So, and with that though, there's certain curriculums that go about that though too, not just being able to just free write, but learn how to do haikus and all the things though too as well, and have a structure that goes into the detail of like, touching on certain things for EQ, like emotional intelligence, gut checking, vibe checking, being able to speak on certain details of their lives or certain memories, all these little different things that are important though too, because the problem these days is now though too, I don't want to say problem, because that sounds like an old nigga talking, but the issue that we see a lot with things that are going on is that it's not that people are unable to be emotive or unable to express. It's the fact that healthy expression usually falls wayside because it takes longer.
Mm-hmm.
So we recognize anger and we receive anger a lot quicker. We recognize depression, because it's normal now. You know what I'm saying? We recognize fury. We recognize all these things that are like eruptions of things that are usually held in though too. And while we're in a space of where healing is being promoted in a mainstream way, there's still the microwave part of emotions being pushed off. You know what I'm saying? So, getting into that space right there is important though too, because we start out young though, what I see within our community too, especially with our young men though too, is that, for a variety of different reasons, being emotive is not something that's often taken as important as it should be. You know what I'm saying? And it's also something that a lot of men have struggled with though too. A lot of men, especially a lot of black men though too, because of the culture, because of the way things are looked, because of upbringings and households, because of all these systematic things that have been placed into place though too, which we have to break those programs up though too as well. So to have outlets for these things and make it okay for people to be able to reach out and say, well, I couldn't want to be a poet because this shit makes me fucking feel good. You know what I'm saying? I can fucking express myself. Or I want to be a rapper, or I want to be a singer. I just want to use the arts, period, to express myself. We need some more motherfucking Basquiat's who are going to talk about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We need less real music. Other than that, though, there's a space for all these things. You know what I'm saying? But right now, though, it's time to raise the vibrations. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing a lot of that suppression finally come out, and it's coming out in the form of exposure this year. Is what that is. Everybody's getting exposed, though, but really it's just people suppressing their emotions for a long fucking time. And now they finally bottled up and they just shout out on everybody. And everybody's like, oh, now we have a show because we weren't paying attention to this motherfucker when they was hurting and going through the shit that they was going through. You know what I mean? So.
Well, we have come to the part of the show because this is a poetic show.
All right.
So normally I let my guests, they'll close the show out, and then let everybody know where to find them and stuff. But man, this is on you. You wanna take it first? You want me to go first? How you want to do it? I'm not gonna lie to you. It's an honor to share the stage with you again. I
was about to say that too. Look, it's been a minute. So I want to hear you first though. Fuck that. I hear me all the time. Let me hear you though, for real. It's been a minute though. Let me hear you though. Real shit.
All right, bet. So this is untitled.
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Not to cut you out though. But we ain't gonna do you like that, okay? Though, you know what I'm saying? We got motherfucking Paul Cram, also known as the drip of all trades. You feel me? He's about to do a piece for a spot right this minute here, though. Okay. So I want y'all to tap in, and bend your ear for Paul Cram. Go ahead, Paul.
My dude. For a long time, I walked around with a piece missing to my heart's jigsaw puzzle. No matter how many times I thought I found a piece that looks like it belongs, it was never quite the right fit. And, naturally, I tried to force it in place, but those efforts were short-lived. All hope was lost. That is, until I met her. I had already given up on completing the puzzle, so I didn't realize the perfection of her design. She was heavenly crafted by the hand of the Most High to satisfy a part of my life that I have given up on, which is love. Love was missing. And I have grown accustomed to its absence, so much that it was hard to recognize that she was designed for me.
Oh, bro.
Without warning or notification, I caught myself falling for her with no signs of pushback. And to my surprise, I wasn't even arguing with the emotions that were constructing a steady foundation with every conversation following the blueprint that is her. Her voice is like a beautiful song to my ears, providing me with beautiful notes of positive affirmations, carrying me throughout the day. Her touch felt better than any touch that has touched my body because her touch felt like she touched my soul. And at that moment, I realized that it was her presence that perfectly fit the missing space of my jigsaw puzzle. Love no longer feels like a welcome absence. Love now feels believable. Love now feels desirable. Love is something that is now tangible, something that my appetite can crave without fear of starvation, and have an appreciation for the hunger that has been satisfied by her. The anticipation of life with her feels better than any story I have ever heard about heaven. For a long time, I've walked around with the piece missing to my heart's jigsaw puzzle. But finding the perfect fit is definitely worth the wait. Drip.
Oh, bro. Hey, that's what's up. Hey, yo, and guess what, though? Spit poet. Hey, you got to hook me up with her sister, whoever that is. I'm joking.
Man.
That's what's up, though. Yo, hey, man, it's always fucking great to hear you spit, boy. For real, though. Let me tell you, though. It's always good to hear you spit, though. That shit was dope. That shit was fire. I'm give you your flowers right now, though, too, though. Seriously, though. While you do a lot of flower giving, a lot of water giving, you deserve to have yours, though, too. I definitely appreciate you holding space for me today, too, as well, though.
Oh, man, you know I'm honored. I'm glad you made time for me, big bro. Like, you just, yes, I love
Glad
you.
you thought about it.
Love you.
Glad you thought about it. Oh, yeah. So, I'm gonna do a piece. It's called Culture. All right. It's a bit of a crowd favorite. Also, for those who may be looking for me, those who are in alignment or resonated with anything that I said today. All right. And understand today on the assignment too. You can follow me at Stanza. That's STAN. All right. _ZAA. IG, Facebook, Twitter, all platforms. Okay. Everything. And that's STANZAA, Stanza. And you come up and follow any upcoming shows. Click on my link tree and see what's coming up here. So I got a poem. It's called Culture here. And I know we spoke earlier about the culture. And oh, by the way, I have a part 2 coming too for that though too.
Oh shit!
But I gotta do the part 1 today though. Okay. All right. Come see me though.
You know it.
You know it. As I sit with my culture, I notice that it's dying, covered by cameras and vultures and businessmen in suits who eat off black meat, seeds, and snakes, but it's kosher. Dressed in dragons to try to say that it's couture. Smiling, this culture says, you see me on every poster. I look in his eyes and say, culture, you're dying. Yeah, but I'm shining though, but you're so fucking ugly close up. Hold up, no, see you hold up. See, your so-called shine is a cloudy haze left by smoke and mirrors, and the more I get nearer, the more it becomes clearer that because of you, they fear us. But not only you making them fear us, you making us fear us. Turn good women into bad bitches, made us focus on diamonds while they're sitting shit over our heads and over our fences. 3 strike laws got us going to the dugout naming fast pitches and fast riches, bloggers and mass critics, you bullshitting. You used to tell me it was a good day when I used to hold that cake. Now all you do is talk about your latest chopper and your latest coke shipment and ride with 2 bad bitches. A real street nigga seen coke dealers go to coke sniffers to broke niggas. Marvin Gaye made us feel like black was the thing to be. So explain to me how you got these red bones feeling like it's the only thing to be. It's plain to see that you're going to be ignorant for life, but folly is your mistress and ignorance is your wife. Welcome to the good life. The hell with that. I hope you kept that ice, teaching youth everything about value and nothing about price. They can tell you the cost of Bugatti or a Birkins bag or a Bentley, but can't keep on their fucking lights. Is this my culture? That's culture right there.
Man, oh, I can't wait for part 2.
Yeah, part 2. I gotta. I'm gonna send you part 2. I gotta send you part 2. Yo, I really appreciate you holding space for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Anytime, any motherfucking time, though, you already know it is what it is, though, bro. You my brother. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. CJ, I see you, sister. What's up, baby? What's up?
Man, you know so one more time, bro. Please tell everybody one more time where they can follow you and the link again so that they know to find your shows and shit.
Oh yeah. You can find me at Stanza. It's STANZAA on every platform, you know. And you click on my link tree for the different things that I do. Because I do a lot. I'll be joking like, yo, I'm also the great MoonSun, but I'm the king of fucking random though, too, though. So at any moment, I might be painting. I might be doing some music. I might be doing some poetry though. But one thing about it, I'm always in the creative space. So we in God mode full time around this motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? So, once again, I appreciate you for having me. I'm looking forward to whoever is going to align with me after this too as well though too. Let's build, let's politic, let's go create something. We're going to build some pyramids from here on out. You hear me?
Straight up. So on behalf of the Louisiana Lyricist Lounge and my co-host who had a little issue going out, man, we want to say thank you again for coming through, for blessing the stage,
Yes.
telling your story. To the listeners and the followers, man, I appreciate y'all. Without y'all, there is no Louisiana Lyricist Lounge. So much love and appreciation for y'all. Poets, you got it in you. Don't hold it. Speak on that shit. One love.